Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. So I'm starting to do a little bit of construction on the clutch assembly on the Tecumseh. Actually, I gotta tell you something, guys. This is not a Tecumseh. Yep, it looks like a Tecumseh. It smells like a Tecumseh, but it's not a Tecumseh. It's a Larson. It's actually just before they took over. And one of the ways I was told you could tell is the jug is actually bolted onto the casting. So these are here, most of these were Larson, and they said that underneath on the tag, let's see, yeah, it doesn't say it, and it doesn't say it on the tag. This is for Sears, but it's an older, it's a Larson engine. So the Jiffy augers look just like it, basically the same casting, but all the guts come out through the other end. This one does not. Alright, so let me tell you guys what I came up with on this thing, okay? So I picked up the clutch. I got the clutch right here. Okay, nice clutch. There is no set screw on the back of it. This is called a floating clutch. It just, slides onto the shaft. There's a key. There's a key in there, okay, and it fits right onto the shaft, like so. But there's a couple of problems with this, okay? Because of the thickness here, show you guys real quick. Because of the thickness here, it moves the clutch outboard more, okay? It moves it further out. So the shaft is too short to go all the way through. But because of the type of clutch this clutch is all one piece. This part of the shaft right here goes all the way through to the front. That's a bonus for us. So we're going to extend the shaft. We're not doing that today. I have to get the stuff for that. But we're going to do some work on it. And the problem is when you put the clutch on, see if I can get it to go on here. Hold on. There's a spot on it. Hold on. Gotta get the keyway to line up, then it slides on. Now it's hitting the bolts, the screws in the back there. Okay? So if it was to engage, it's just gonna hit and rip. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So there's not enough clearance. It's gonna grind down those bolts. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take this back off the engine stand, and we're gonna add one of these collars to the back side of it. And it's going to fit in to that groove, basically. We're going to have to tap it in a little further, but it's going to fit further in. And then we're going to cut a piece of steel pipe, not pipe, but solid stock, drill through it, tap this hole, and it's going to bolt on the tip of it for support. But all the weight of the clutch and all the base is going to be on the crank itself, which is good. So we can legit do this. This will work. Keep in mind, this engine was never intended for what I'm going to do with it. So we have to modify. So let's get this engine off. This base plate, again. I feel like I'm always taking this engine off this thing. I must have had it on and off like a dozen times. So, but that's alright. That's what we do on this channel. We have fun, right guys? Man, a lot of new subscribers. Thank you guys. I appreciate that support. This is going to be one really cool mini bike, and I'm really excited to do this. So, I'm not stopping until it's done. Which is a good thing, I guess, right? Engine. Keep all the pressure on it. Could be a cool little two-stroke there, I'm telling you. Alright, so get that on there, like that. Okay, now, we're going to pull this off. First thing I want to see is if the collar is going to clear the hole. Oh yeah, I got space all the way around it. Alright, so, the next step is to get this collar all the way on the crank, all the way back. So let's see if we can do that. Hopefully we can. want to go back as far as I can possibly get it. What if I can get something I can hammer onto? There we go. I got it that time. Okay. And there has to be a gap in between the casing and the block, which there is. Alright, so what I did, let me get you guys in a position here so you guys can see what I did. Alright, so I hammered on the clutch, the collar right here, and I got it back so there's a little bit of a gap. Okay? We're going to take this out, the set screw, because mind you, this clutch is going to be sticking out. We're not going to need much of a shaft coming out. Okay, so it's going to be a very small adapter for the end of that. Alright, let's see if this is already opened. It is. Okay. So now I'm using blue Loctite. The blue. Use the red, you'll never get this thing apart. If I can get, if there's any left in there. Yep, there it is. Now the reason why I'm using Loctite in it is because that right there is going to hold the threads. This thing ain't going to back out. Kind of like a liquid lock nut. So once I get that in there, I don't want it to come out. Sorry, I'm in your way. And I got this lock and collar over at the hardware store. Comes in like a 2-pack for like $5. Alright, now we got that all in there. Can you guys see that? The collar's on the crankshaft. And now we're going to put the engine back on the stand. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Alright, then take this, put this back over. Yep, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Perfection. Alright, so right now I got that like that, and that's not going to work. Or is it? Yes, I think it will work. Hold on one second. It's got to have clearance for the clutch and those screws. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, pulled through that time. Perfect. Remember, we gotta go in steps on this thing, you know what I mean? Alright, so that's tightened down. I'll put the screws back in it. Yeah, that's going to be alright, because it's got this bank on the back here, this little lip. So when I put that on, it should give me plenty of, more than enough clearance. Yep, perfect. That's where it's going to sit like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, it's only about that much inside there that doesn't have any support. So we're going to build a little bit of a shaft, tap it. It's going to be a flat washer like on the factory. It's supposed to be a flat washer and a bolt. Well, this crank right here was never tapped. I actually drilled out that center part. There was a dimple there. I drilled it out with the drill. We're going to tap it, and I'm going to take a piece of solid stock, cut it down to what I need with a hacksaw, drill through it, and we're going to, what do you call it there? Put it on the end there. And then that will be it for the clutch. and it will have plenty of support because this tube right here that's in the clutch goes all the way through. So that's going to actually work out all right. You'll never know. Okay, and we got to get a spring for the throttle return. We're going to make the linkage. But right now, we want to get this all mathematically figured out, if you will. If it's something that we can even do. So. Okay, that one's tight. Okay. Alright, now, if you look all the way around, let's get you guys over this so you can see it, what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. Looking straight on, you can see the gap all the way around this collar. And it's got plenty of gap, so we're going to crank the engine over real quick. See if we can, see if it binds or grabs or scrapes or anything. So one more time, we're going to go like that, that, and that. Pull it over. Oh yeah, it doesn't grab at all, guys. Perfect. Okay, now for the clutch. The clutch has, when you look inside this, it basically is this flat plate right here with the clutch on it, and then the tube goes straight through, and then you put the clip on the end there. We're just going to make a little support for that. But there's a keyway in there. There's a key built into it. It's not a separate key. We want to make sure that when this thing's all the way back like that, that the key is not going to be in the way, and it's not. That's awesome. So that's not going to grab or anything. What is that right there? It's a little, oh yeah, okay, perfect. Yep. So that's going to be perfect. It's going to sit on there like that. That's how the clutch is going to be sitting on there, just like so. The clutch is going to go around here, right here, around here. You know, the clutch itself. So we're going to make a little adapter to fit in there, and then we're going to tap it and drill it, kind of like something like that, and it will fit right in there, and then it'll bolt down. Actually, this right here would probably even work. If I clean that up, I bet you that right there would be perfect size. Yeah. So I'm going to use a piece of solid stock, though. I'm not going to use this little thing. But basically, we're just going to put this in there as not just a spacer, but as to adapt it to hold it up, be a support. Well, that might actually work. If I can measure that out properly and clean that up, that might work. But there's all kinds of things you can use. You can use a pipe. You can use all kinds of stuff. So that's where we're at with this clutch modification. It's going to be awesome on there, guys. Look at that thing, huh? So I can't wait to finish this off. And the other thing, too, I just noticed is I have 2 screws right here on the top. And I've got plenty of space. I could literally make a chain cover to go right over this clutch itself. Just, you know, the old school square ones, which I'm going to fabricate for this thing. I think that'll work out good. So, some of the things that you guys can do, I mean, you can take a pan, you can cut a pan down. You know, you can make your own clutch covers. You guys can make however you guys want to do it. You know, take a pan, make a cover, boom, fold it over. I'm not going to leave the chain exposed. I'm going to make something that we can put over it. And I think it's going to have to do with this pan here somehow. Not going to cover it up and make it look ugly, but you know what I mean. So we got options. You know, maybe cut one side of it out or something. Make some type of function junction out of it, you know. But regardless of the fact, it's got to come up over a little bit and then come over and then go straight down. I'll probably make a nice little clutch cover for it. That way it does that. Now I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about with the clearance. Now the clutch is all the way in the back. Okay, and here's the air filter assembly. Okay, I'm going to take this here ruler, if you will. I'm going to actually bring you guys out like this. Okay, so when you look at the air filter assembly and you got the clutch, look at that, guys. Look at that. Perfect clearance, about 1.5 inches. But if you look what the chain is going to be, it's going to be even further over. Now you're looking at like 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches right there. So we got plenty of clearance from the chain to the air filter assembly. We got the second hole drilled out on the throttle. So that is actually really, really cool. It's going to work out perfect. I just need to build a spacer that I can put in here and tap out that center hole so we can put I have the washer and the nut that came off the other one, but it's too shallow. So I'm going to use the same washer that was built for this clutch, and I'm going to use a longer nut, and we're going to just get like a grade 8 or something like that. And because this one is a standard bolt size, I'm going to tap it with a standard tab. I'm not going to use a metric tab. Other than that, this thing is going to be RTG. So we've already modified the carburetor. We have to do the adjustment on it. Next weekend, or one day during the week, it's supposed to be like 35 degrees. I think I'm going to run out there and get that done. We got the clutch. We just have to modify the spacer and finish bolting that down. And that's what we're looking at, guys. This little engine right here that was sitting on a shelf doing nothing is going on a mini bike this spring. How cool is that? And we're going to make this thing so it's a direct bolt on. So I figured I'd show you guys where I'm at with the modification. I do have to measure out the depth, and I got a tap, so I got some stuff to do with it. It's not that far. I'll put this in there. You're talking about a 1/2 inch, you know. You're not even talking about anything dramatic. So about a 1/2 inch worth of steel. So that's where I'm at with this thing, guys. So I got a little bit of an adapter to make. What do you call it there? And see what we can do to, what do you call it there? Get that to thread, bolt down, and be all squared off and be done. And get that so it's on there. So the collar right there worked out great. And it's a 5/8 shaft, by the way. It's a 5/8 shaft. The 30... I forgot what the heck the thing was. It's got 38 or 32, something like that. Chain, I gotta look it up. I don't remember what it was. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. I just figured I'd do an update video and show you guys a little bit of fabrication on the clutch. There's going to be, I'm just going to modify that, cut a piece of flat stock on there, drill and tap it, and I'll show you guys that when that's all done. And we'll go through, go from there with that. So the next video on this one will be of the engine. I'll be showing you guys that. And we'll be doing the adjustments on it and getting it all adjusted. Hopefully it's not like that generator video I did where I cleaned it, I put it all together, and I still laugh at it. So I wanted to show how I did it, and then it was perfect. There was no adjustment needed. In fact, it still runs great. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm at with that. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys to all you new subscribers out there. I really, really appreciate the support. And I can't wait to keep going with these guys. This thing is absolutely awesome. Really super excited. So we got some cool stuff coming up. So we're just keep plugging away. So this thing is going to be a mini bike engine, 100%. So we quiet it down with the muffler. We put a Lawn Boy carburetor on it. We cleaned out the fuel system. We're going to adjust it up. We put a primer on it. This engine was never intended for a primer. That's a Tecumseh primer, by the way. So we have a Tecumseh primer, a Larson engine, which is Tecumseh really, a clutch, just a regular centrifugal clutch. You can get these anywhere, even at the Harbor Freight or Tractor Supply. Ordered the muffler from a Tecumseh, and this is from a Lawn Boy out back. So there you have it, guys. That's my conundrum of parts and pieces for this thing, and there we go. So, talk to you guys later. Peace out.